Recently, we've been in contact with Auxbeam. They're one of the leaders in the off-road lighting market with a similar philosophy to us. They want to provide a high-quality product to get people off the asphalt and onto the trail safely, effectively, and affordably. Today, we'll be reviewing Auxbeam's V-Ultra Series 5-inch pod light that we installed on our Jeep JL. Now, these can be installed on any off-road vehicle or any vehicle in general. We will be looking at the white and the amber primary colored lights and talking about the difference later on in this video as well. So stay tuned so that way you can check out a little factoid, if you will, on driving conditions and lights. After getting these lights in and checking them out, they reminded me a lot of the KC Titan light. The only reason that the KC Titan light came to mind was because they spent a lot, and I mean a lot, of effort, and I'm sure time, money, resources, promoting this light because I was getting targeted ads like crazy. They even got creators like the Story Till Now and Trail Recon involved, and I think that that says a lot considering that those guys establish really great content and have a huge following. But I wanted to check out, spec for spec, what the difference in these lights were. Let's talk about some of the similarities shared between the KC Titan light and Auxbeam's V-Ultra Series light. For starters, each light is made out of aluminum, which means that they're going to weigh a lot less than if they were made out of steel. Both lights also proudly show an IP68 water and dust resistance. Now, as most of you know, KC has been around the block for a long time providing lighting solutions for us off-roaders. But does that mean that you have to pay the KC price in order to get the quality out there? I don't think so. Looking at these specs, I think you're going to be surprised too. Now, as we get to comparing both lights, it's important to note that we are using each company's specs provided on their own website. For instance, Auxbeam lights show that they require 86 watts per light compared to KC's 39 watt per light. That's pretty substantial in the difference. For us, this isn't as important because we're not hooking up a whole lot of lights, but for some people out there that have different electrical needs, this is a huge factor. Now, what shocked me the most is that the KC Titan light has less lumens per light than the Auxbeam V-Ultra Series light, meaning that on paper, they produce less light. KC does say that they can produce more light with less lumens, and I'm not a light expert, but if that's true, then that's pretty darn cool. As it shows right now though, Auxbeam lumens on their light is about 20,000 lumens, which is pretty substantial, especially when you compare it to the KC Titan's 2,972 lumens on their light. At current prices, you can get the KC Titan for the low cost of $799.99. Now that includes 2 pod lights and a wiring harness. Meanwhile, with Auxbeam, you're going to get the same 2 pod lights with a wiring harness for only $229.99. Not to mention that Auxbeam constantly offers promotions and sales, so you might even get them for a little bit less. Based on these values alone, you can run 6 of the V-Ultra Series lights compared to the 1 pair of KC Titan lights. If you're looking for affordability, quality, and brightness of your light, to go with Auxbeam being the better bang for your buck. Now, I did want to make sure that we went over the beam and color of lights as well, because they all do a certain function. KC really lets you dial in and fine-tune what your lights are because they offer a whole bunch of different beams of light per your needs. That's not something that Auxbeam does. Auxbeam offers a pod spotlight combo, whereas KC offers them in each individual type of light. I personally am a fan of something that's all around versatility, usability, but I understand the need and desire for having something that you can fine-tune and really dial in. Then you're going to have to pay the price with the KC Titans. A great thing about both companies is that they do offer lights in white and amber. And you might be wondering why that's important, and really it depends on what kind of weather conditions you're going to be wheeling in. A white light is really great for a far distance, widespread on a clear night. People have difficulty using a white light whenever there's dust, snow, or heavy rains, and this is where the amber light shines. The amber light pierces through, giving you a very clear visibility that you don't get with the white light in those kind of conditions. So I highly recommend that you go and get a set of white lights and a set of amber lights. So let's summarize. When you look at the main specs side by side, you'll see that there's not a whole lot of difference between the two lights. In this chart that I made, I kind of highlighted the most important specs that I think for the average consumer that they should be looking at. Auxbeam does require more power and also sends out more lumens, giving you a better beam distance than the KC Titans. Winner, Auxbeam. However, the KC Titan lights do provide a 2-in-1 light. Winner, KC. Yet, Auxbeam does have a spot and a side beam, whereas the KC light only has a specific beam available. Winner, Auxbeam. Both lights feature an amber running light, and they both look good. It's a draw. With so much in common, why spend 4 times as much on a light? The best bang for your buck? Auxbeam. I used to hate driving at night. After installing the V-Ultra Series light, nothing can stop us. Not even the darkness. It is true that both lights are going to be able to brighten your path, but these lights do more for less. Satisfied is an understatement, because these lights were extremely easy to install and work great out on the trail, and all without burning a hole in your wallet. I hope you found this video useful and slightly entertaining. If you want us to keep making more videos, please make sure to subscribe so that way we can continue delivering high quality content with budget-friendly products in mind. After seeing this video, which light do you think you're going to be picking with? The KC Titan or the Auxbeam V-Ultra Series 5-inch light pod? Let us know in the comments below, and if you're curious in the direction that we're going to be taking, check out our next video.